Aurelia JS is the relatively new framework, and we are going to learn about this framework in this complete tutorial. It is nothing but an open source JavaScript library framework that simplifies the creation of a web-based applications. Building applications for the web is constantly changing, and new specifications are being introduced at an ever increasing cadence. So that's why this calls for a particular framework which is forward facing and embraces the new and upcoming technology landscape. So let's have a look about what is Aurelia JS as a UI framework. So first of all, I would like to mention it is the modern open source UI framework for web app and mobile application development. So which is a key point to maintain in our picture, that Aurelia maintains a modern type of a framework which is used for web as well as mobile application development. So it includes a basic core technology in such a way that both the applications can be generated with the ease. The next point is like it allows you to write clean and modular JavaScript. Aurelia is everything like which is peculiar with respect to a particular technology, and it follows that pattern over here. The audience for this tutorial is designed for the developers who didn't have a chance to work with this framework before. Whoever is new to this tutorial and has a bit of idea, say for example with respect to JavaScript and all, they can start with this tutorial. And the important thing which is noted is that this tutorial contains simple, easy, understandable examples, and these examples can be used for the reference in our future projects. Prerequisite comes as pure JavaScript and HTML. If you are a user who has a pure knowledge about JavaScript as well as HTML, then this framework would be like a cakewalk for you. So I just want to say as a catwalk because JavaScript and HTML both comprises as the modular part or the key part of this particular tutorial. So before starting with anything which is like important, which is we need to have one thing in our mind is about the features of this framework. So starting with the features, we have the n number of features which is listed over here. Say for components, web standards, extensible, commercial support and license. So each one of them we'll have a look over here. So first comes into our picture is about the components. Components are the building blocks of Aurelia framework. It is composed of HTML view and JavaScript view model parts. Then comes the web standards. So web standard is one of the cleanest modern frameworks completely focused on one thing, which is like to remove the unnecessary abstractions. Then comes the extensible. Extensible means the framework often uses an easy way to integrate with other needed tools. Commercial support, which means that Aurelia offers a commercial and enterprise support. It is an official product of one company which is called as the Durandal Inc. And everything is like the proprietary rights for Aurelia is owned for by Durandal Inc. Then comes the license. So for license, I would like to mention that Aurelia is an open source project and it is licensed under MIT license. The best definition for the framework of Aurelia is visible in the document, which is mentioned that Aurelia is just JavaScript. However, it is not yesterday's JavaScript but JavaScript for tomorrow. By using modern tooling, we have able to write Aurelia with respect to the ground framework of ES6. ES6 means scripting language which is developed from 2016 language. This means that we have native modules, classes, decorators, and more important, everything is there under our picture. Aurelia is modern and a future JavaScript. It also contains a modern approach to the architecture. In the past frameworks, say with respect to monolithic beast, they form powerful and robust framework for building a single page applications. So here extensible support, which means that the framework provides an easy way to integrate with the other needed tool, so which is a plus point, which creates a robust framework for building not only single, multiple kind of the applications. However, Aurelia libraries can be used individually in traditional websites or even on the server-side technologies such as Node.js. So that is also a key point to be maintained. After this, the main picture comes into a feature kind of thing. Like we had a list about the features. The next important thing which should be kept in our mind is like To understand the pros and cons of the frameworks, we'll have a look about the pros and cons over here, starting with the advantages. It is clean. Aurelia is clean. If you follow the framework conventions, you can focus on your app without the framework getting in your own way. Then comes like it is easily extensible as mentioned in my features point. You can add or remove any tools that a framework offers, and you can also add any other tools that aren't a part of particular framework. Then comes the next picture into our mind is about the Aurelia, which is like it is easy to work with it. It is directed towards developers' experience. It saves a lot of time. The framework itself follows a particular standard, so that is why it follows all the standards which are needed for the development of the web application. Aurelia does have the largest community out there, but it is very agile and knowledgeable and willing to help people with the particular short notice. Now comes to a picture understanding about the cons or the limitations. It is seen that there are no major limitations. The framework is very powerful and easy to work with it. So which is like another big point when it comes to Aurelia framework. So I would like to repeat, Aurelia is nothing but a JavaScript which is like a JavaScript for tomorrow. It is not an yesterday's JavaScript which is come into picture. So now in this chapter, first of all, we'll understand about we had a look like what is this framework all about. In this complete tutorial, the next section we'll have a look about the environmental setup. Setup means I just wanted to say that everything which is related to the installation procedure, and after that we'll understand the basics of the tutorial, and in the last section we'll develop an application, say for example a web application in Aurelia framework.